Chapter 1. Sometimes a girl just needed a new pair of kicks. As the demon Davina strode through the Fremont Hotel's lobby, she was all about the good feels, strutting at large, hinging those hips. In her mind, her thoughts were locked on last night action. On her body she wore skin-tight leather from her double Ds to her size 9s and all the acreage in between. And talk about pheromones. If she put out any more of them, her fuck-me aura would burn holes through the paneled walls. Eyes followed her, men's and women's. But why wouldn't they? Caldwell, New York wasn't that far from NYC, and famous people came up all the time from the Big Apple. Besides, even though they didn't recognize her from movies or TV, she was still a world-class beauty. At least in this current suit of flesh. Back to the shoes. She was heading to the revolving doors, crossing that smooth stretch of shiny, creamy marble, when she saw the stilettos, and stopped dead. Under a plexiglass case, as if they were jewels, the pair of golden Louboutins was spotlit from above, and oh, the loveliness! The entire skin of each of them was covered in 1,000,000 micro Swarovski crystals, until their surface looked liquid. And the style? Razor-thin heels that were high enough to put you en pointe, tiny toe box to show off the cleave, hidden platforms to provide support on the ball of the foot, and the capper was, of course, the red sole, the underside of the heels flashing the color of a candied apple. It was love at first sight. "Madam, would you like to try these on?" She didn't even look at the man who'd materialized beside her. OCD was a disease of capture, and its hooks were once again nailing her in the heart. Even though she had nearly 1,000 pairs in her wardrobe, the idea that she couldn't have this particular twosome, that someone or something might get in the way of her possessing them and keeping them, made her chest tight, her palms sweaty, and her blood flutter through her veins. "Madam?" "Yes," she breathed. "Size 9. "Come with me." She followed like a lamb, looking over her shoulder to double-check that the shoes were still where she'd seen them. Worst came to worst, she could always just steal them. In the back of her mind, a "Whoa, Nellie" rang out. For the past year, she'd been going to therapy to try to stop these kinds of tailspins. Calm the fuck down, Davina. It's just a shoe. It is not going to solve your problems with Jim. Okay, now she felt like throwing up. FFS, what was she supposed to say to herself? She tried to remember the combination of words that was supposed to put this out-of-control need into a healthier perspective, but there was a need